and 22. Channel 98 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 13, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.
October 20th, here for the Historic District Commission meeting. My name is Grayson Shepard, acting as chair, here with Pam Jedham, Gwen English, and Julie Gilman. Why don't we go ahead and get started with the first order of business. We have a review of a modification for approval that we previously granted for 154 Water Street. Tax map parcel 72-224-1, and the case number is 22-8. So hear from the applicants on what the modification to the previously approved project is.
They're on.
Yeah.
Hello.
Why don't you step? Yeah, please.
Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
For coming. I'm Paul Mahoney with Hajar Management and Exeter Realty Trust. Nice to see you again. Also with me again is Edson Barbosa from Symbol Home Improvement, who we've been working with very closely on this. He's been doing a very nice job. So should I start right into the order of
Yes,
business?
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so what we're after here today is after we started into the project, and there was a few changes that happened along the way. I think what we found is that as you, and I guess for the sake of refreshing everyone's memory, we're just splitting this up into 3 spaces and creating handicap access on the side for one of the spaces. Now, one of the most visible areas of this, in the change, would be the front door, which kind of looked like in the past, it looked like a single sort of low door that had been covered up with windows, right? So that is the primary modification that we're looking at today, okay? What the issue that we ran into is we were hoping to get 2 side-by-side doors in there, and then what we found is that when you looked inside the structure, there actually wasn't enough room to get 2 full-size doors side by side. So instead of trying to modify the structure of a building that old in any more significant way, right especially at the facade, Edson and I talked about it, and Edson came up with actually, I think, a great idea. He said, well, all the other stores have inset entry anyway, which has a lot of benefits, not only visually, but also to protect from the weather. So what we propose to do then is just step that middle entry in. I think Edson 5 feet? 5 feet. And that will allow for one of the 2 stores to enter straight forward, one of them to jog right as you enter, and you still have 2 nice-looking, symmetrical, and weather-protected spaces. Given that this is really right in the heart of the project, it might be a very small change, but appropriate to at least give the opportunity to discuss this. And I think that's, Edson, was there another change?
From the previous rendering, there wasn't any insert of a brick
Thank you.
column on the side of the doors. So basically, when we were looking on the side door,
Why don't you step up to the microphone?
3 columns of brick.
Can you actually
Since they're
talk to
recording?
the mic? Yeah.
You need to.
So, as a matter of fact, excuse me. If you look at the rendering that you have in hands, you're gonna see that there is one single door awaiting on that side of the building, and that is 2 brick columns, kind of like wrap it all the way to the south on top. So basically, from the previous presentation, we would not have those columns, and I thought that would be looking more, I would say, consistent if we keep that as one single entrance and have those columns just following the right side to, keep the consistency on the view. That's all.
Yeah.
I have a bigger print here if you guys like to take a look.
Yeah, sure. That'd actually be great. I don't mind. I guess I'll open it up for questions just based off of what we've heard so far. Oh gosh.
Before and after. Thank you. That's okay.
Of course. Yep.
You can share.
We are waiting on that.
Yeah.
Just
Do you need?
big explanation. CDs here.
Can you bring the mic?
So
Yeah, you can.
Sorry, you have to be recorded for the session. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine.
People at home listening are not gonna know what.
All of our viewers, yeah.
Never been good on karaoke, so try to speak here and not be nervous.
Because you don't want to hear me sing.
Yeah. So basically, what you see is like on the single door that I mentioned is on a side here. Have the two columns going all the way up. So what we're proposing is the same thing for this side here. So kind of like for me, it seems like to keep the consistency from the view of the entrances of the building. So that's the only change actually.
I'll go. Are the doors, the inset doors, the same as the doors that were originally proposed and approved?
As the same material and same looking as well. And we actually even kept the transom on top here to just follow with the symmetric feel, when you see the glass inserts in there.
Gotcha.
I'll put it back.
Anyone got any comments?
I really don't see any difficulty here. It's much like the original building was, which is what we had talked about at the last meeting. And we did ask for that transom light to go all the way across. So first I'm going to say I'd like to make a motion that this reapplication is complete. We have the materials, we have the history of the presentation. So what I find here is a complete application showing us what the new design is going to be.
Do you have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Okay. Then what I said, that entrance that you're taking out to put in the new entrances to the two different stores is actually, I think, an improvement to remove that. I don't know where it came from, how it came to be, but I'm sure somewhere in the building's history we could find it. But I think this is actually a more appropriate storefront for that building, given its history. And we saw the pictures from 1896 that had an opening like what you're proposing here.
Yes.
And then the recreation of the brick columns to match what's already there just fits in with the facade that's appropriate use for the space, or appropriate for the facade. That's all I have.
Anyone else?
I just have I've been troubled by the door that goes up to the Rockingham Planning Commission and your storefront. My feeling is that while I agree that this inset set of doors makes sense, and I like that you've got the two columns, but the doors they don't really go together. And I don't know if it's because the columns, those two sets of brick columns in the doorway where you have the three doors is more pronounced than the doorway that goes up to the Rockingham Planning Commission. There's a lot of wood on that's showing, and I don't know if. Do you see what I'm saying?
I do see what you're saying.
And I don't know, it just, visually, that just bothers me, and I don't know that there's anything that can be done about that, and I may be the only one who finds that just the lack of continuity bothersome to me, but,
Can I?
That actually have to match. No, I know, I'm just throwing that out there for debate.
Well, yeah, the difference
This is very
that
pronounced.
it's flush to the building, whereas what we're looking at here is inset.
Yep,
I might have the answer for that question.
okay.
Okay. As a matter of fact, that door is part of the project to be replaced, and the view of that will be just matching everything around it.
Yep.
So basically, that door is wood. It's a kind of like beat up wood.
Yep.
And it's kind of like uncomfortable for the guys to swing that door and so
It's
on.
heavy.
So exactly, basically,
heavy door.
purpose is to actually replace that door with the same material, use it throughout the building on that side.
Yep.
Okay, everything will be in aluminum, new, I would say insulated glass, and new hardware. Everything will be matching. That wood that you see there now, that's gonna be gone because
Okay.
it's just like.
It's
I would say have not been touched for years and years, and it's now have no means to kind of like save that stuff. So basically, we will not, like you mentioned it, be looking as the same as the new stuff that we're gonna put in there. So basically, the purpose of this project is to kind of like renew the entire thing out around that building. So
Okay.
it will be our same material.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
part of the interpretation of it is that this is, what's drawn here isn't really what's happening
What's
here.
gonna happen, right.
So it does look heavier. You see the
Yes,
transom, it's going to go straight
I'm-
across, it's not going to be inset like
Yeah.
that.
I'm sorry, that was a
that's
failure
fine.
from the architect when he put the picture together.
Yeah.
But if you need to have that updated and brought in here, I'll be glad to do it.
That's
But
okay.
you can expect it the same looking as the other side, for sure.
I think that's what was expressed at the first hearing about this, that you were going to be changing that door to match is that the one that you were going to try to use on the other side of the building?
Yes.
No.
Oh,
That we are going to put on the other side of the building the same material. On the first floor, windows and the doors will be matching like you see on the plan in there, except for that door that they failure on just change the looking of that for the presentation, but that will be included on the project to be just looking even with the material all the way around.
maybe it was the corner door that was being, but you're right, there was a
The corner door will be
suggestion that
replaced.
one of the doors might go on the door on Center Street. And I don't remember if it was the door that's right on the corner of the building, or if,
I don't know if it was the same physical door or just that style door to match the windows. I'm just looking at it, I can't remember. I don't have the
It's
minutes.
going to be a replica, because the actual door is pretty beat up.
Right, in the minutes, it talks about
The Center
reusing an
Street-
existing door if they could.
that's what I remember.
And it depends on the shape of the door.
Yep. Yeah.
And that's why this ends up, well, aside from being not a window, it ends up with the transom over it.
Right.
To keep the cornices the same.
These people also be there too, provided, but not in the front, not on the side. These won't be.
Now, is this little sideways door on the corner going to stay?
I'm sorry, let me get close on.
The one behind the tree?
This one?
Oh, that will be replaced. That is a way the picture of how the. Sorry, I'm now screwing up. That's my first time. So basically, that door, which you see in there, is already the picture of the new one, how the new one will look like.
That's
after.
fine, but
Okay.
I like it.
Yes. Great.
I just wanted there to be a door there.
Yep.
We always thought it was a little funny that that beautiful corner has been covered for years. It's very very
odd.
strange.
Yeah, it is.
So
And it's
it'll be
kind
a
of
nice
charming to have a door there.
And this isn't really our purview, but I want to ask about the access, the ADA access. We talked about it where you have the new tenant C coming off of Center Street, and that's fine, but what are you doing for the other two tenants?
The other two tenants will be able to be accessed from inside the building that way. So there is an access from one side, sort of by the back of Citizens Bank, on the inside hallway for the whole space, right? So now what we've done is we've created it so the two leftmost spaces as you're looking at the building, one will go kind of directly from the hallway. The next one, we've built a ramp to be able to then ramp in ADA compliant into that as well. And then the third space is the only one you couldn't get to from that inside ramp. Lo and behold, now we've added the new Center Street entrance to accommodate that one. So all three are covered for ADA compliance, and not just compliance, but really legitimate convenience too.
Very good.
Do you make, and again, this isn't our purview either, but are you planning on putting will they have some kind of signage that will indicate that people can do that? So if someone is in a wheelchair or has some mobility issue that they'll know that they can go around to Center Street?
Yes, we will. We'll put one at each entrance. That's going to be important. I appreciate the reminder on that.
Okay.
And if anyone has seen, by the way, the work that Edson has done already with some of the patching up some of the existing brick, you'll see that he took took a lot of care into making sure that he matched like the rose-colored mortar like the rest of the building. So at the places that he's patched in already, they look no different. It looks fantastic. So now when you see those new piers coming in, I think it's just going to blend right in. And if I can make up a word, it's going to look a lot less storefronty than I think the original thought, by not showing as many just sort of aluminum corners. Right.
Well, I think the recessed doors are much like the other side of the street in some of the buildings there. So that, like I said, I think it's an appropriate treatment for this building as it's situated in the downtown area, and then adapts to the use that you have proposed.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks better. To be honest with you, I think this is a good change. So, any other comment?
No?
Thought? Anyone want to make a motion to approve?
Well,
If there's any conditions that we want to put on it, or?
No, I think I will move to approve the amended approval with the recessed entryway and the transom lights across the building, with the single doorway to match it's going to match the surface, right? They're going to be on the same plane.
Correct.
Yeah. So the single door to match the plane of the storefronts.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, well, thank you.
There
very
it
much.
is.
Thank you very much. And sorry that we had to bring you back out, but we really appreciate
It's okay.
Go enjoy your
attention.
birthday, your son's birthday.
I know.
Get out of here.
It was, for him, it was birthday and layoff day.
Oh,
I gotta go home and take care of him.
yeah.
Oh, boy.
He was only been in it 3 months and he got laid off,
Oh, jeez.
cut half the company.
Wow.
Gosh.
Man.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah.
Celebrate your birthday and see.
Yeah.
I get to let the good as ours. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Have a good night. Do you want these do you want to have these?
If you like to keep it, up to you.
No,
No,
I'll
we
probably
have the
like-
copies for the record, so.
So I'll give you that. That way it won't go to waste.
Appreciate it. Oh, drop one. Thank you.
Okay, you guys have a great night.
All right, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Next, we have, I believe, just the meeting minutes from August 18th.
Wow, it's been that long. Okay, I have a
Anybody got
few.
anything?
Yeah, I have a few things. Let's see, on page 2, at the very top, we're using the words pannings for the windows, and I don't know what I said that sounds like pannings.
Well, would it be plans for the windows, or, what would have to them?
Come on, Julie.
I know, where's the old, where's the previous
I
application?
don't know what that would be. Oh, I have,
Oh, it was the moldings around the, they had chosen an aluminum, curved aluminum framing, I guess is the right word, or a word, in the details.
right? Pannings doesn't sound like Pannings.
No, it's not Pannings, it's, they showed us the window details. This is all more of the same. Here we go.
Well, since none of us can remember, how about just saying the drawings of details for the windows?
Oh, wait a minute, here it is. I can't find the drawing of the window details that I made that comment on. Well, we could change it to framing, because that's what I,
Change it to what?
framing.
Okay.
What I was talking about at the time. So there's that. So where it says pannings, change to framing. And then in the next paragraph is a sentence that says, if you feel what is better for downtown Exeter. Instead of you, if we can say, if the commission feels what is better. And then in the next paragraph, transom is misspelled.
With an O.
It's spelled right in other paragraphs, but not that one. And then,
But not in the, see, there's two more down.
yep,
We got transom spelled wrong again.
yeah, where it says materials so presented with a condition of the Water Street windows being provided with a transom as spelled above. And instead of lights, like light bulbs, it's LITES, window lights.
Yep.
And then under other business,
Yes.
we talked about the changing to the zoning ordinance a couple years ago that defined projects of minimum impact so that not every sign on Water Street has to come before us. So just add the word not. And that's what I had.
And back on the front page, 1, 2, 3, 4, fifth paragraph from the bottom. This is not strawberry jam, this is JAMB.
Proposed jam details, yeah.
Okay.
And I've got above that, the fifth paragraph from the top. Mr. Burton said this side of the street, just say was predominantly office use up until now. I don't know. That's
Yeah,
just
that's true.
and they would like to change the ground floor. That's just kind of a tense issue, but that's about as far as I got in the minutes.
Good.
Anybody else got anything?
No?
Well, then I move to approve the minutes of August 18th as amended.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
All right. Any other business? Anything? Anybody got anything else?
No, I do not.
All right.
Well, then I will move to adjourn.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All right.
Okay. Well.
Thank you for tuning in to Exeter TV. Exeter TV is the town's public and government access channels, available on Comcast channels 98 and 22. Channel 98 is your channel. If you have an idea for a program, want to host your own talk show, or submit a film, we're here to get your content on television. On Channel 22, we bring you live and replay coverage of government meetings and other town updates. A third channel, Blue Hawk Media, is operated by SAU 16 and can be found on Channel 13, with all your school sports, events, and meetings. You can watch Exeter TV online at exeternh.tv, Apple TV, and on Roku. Find us on social media for extra content. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell to get notified about live streams and new content. Tune in to our platforms every other Friday to watch the Exeter Biweekly Report, with recaps of recent events, updates from town departments, and messages from nonprofits in your area. If you head to our website, exeternh.tv, we invite you to sign up to our newsletter to receive monthly updates about new content, upcoming meetings, and more. We'd like to thank you for taking the time to watch Exeter TV and hope that you tune in to our other content as well.